It doesn't matter. You can just still say.
Alright, start again.
Are you sure this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Nick from My Property Consultants Glenfield, and this is...
And I'm Niketa from My Property Consultants Glenfield.
So Niketa does the property management here, and I'm in sales, as everyone knows. So we have some things we're going to talk about just to focus on Glenfield. Our favorite parts of, the what we enjoy most about My Property Consultants, our favorite parts of Glenfield, and some advice for landlords and tenants, which is going to be the big one. So, Nikki, I have a random question for you. If you were to change your name, what would it be?
My name?
Yeah. If it wasn't going to be Nikki anymore, what would you make it?
This question isn't even on the list, Nick.
I know. It's totally random. That's why I said it's totally random.
If I was to change my name, something unique, because I feel like I'm, unique.
Yeah, like Nikita's a very unique name. I don't know anyone else. Niketa.
No, I think I'd say with Niketa because,
I don't know what I would change it to. James, maybe it's my middle name because that's easy.
Okay,
well, that's my middle name.
I'll go Jade because then two N's,
yeah,
two J's.
So, and then Nat would have to change her name too because everyone in the office here in Glenfield, it's
three N's.
Yeah, the three N's. Nick, Nat, and Niketa, all in one.
A twist to there.
Very good. So our first topic: what we like most about My Property Consultants. Now, before My Property, were you with another agency?
Oh, I was actually with Strata.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of knowledge, started in Strata, have that knowledge for 3 years and then brought it over with me here, and I've been in property management now for 3 years. So, overall 6 years in property.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. So obviously I was with McLaren Real Estate before I joined My Property, and this is going on to be my 5th month here with My Property. My 4th here in Glenfield, but my 5th with the agency. So there's a lot of differences between My Property and other agencies. Okay. So what's your favorite part of My Property Consultants?
Just with the difference, I think the team, everyone, we just get along, and if someone's down, the other person will bring them back up, and I think that's the best for the workplace because if you have to be happy and enjoy what you're doing and getting along with everyone,
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if you are, it comes out in the way that you deal with your clients, and that shows, so. I
mean, the way that we communicate is amazing. I mean, the way we communicate as a team, the way we communicate with our clients, I feel we're so positive, so forthcoming, and we tell them.
Positivity radiates all around the area.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that if I come in and having a bad morning, and I can tell you're going to help me boost how I feel, and that's the same way. And it's the same way across the entire board. So we act as like one big offices.
So we've got Picton, Campbelltown, Lamia, Camden, and Glenfield.
Glenfield, yeah. And we act as like kind of one big office, so we all communicate together, so it's really family. Good. Yeah. So I think that's really important that you have that really team camaraderie, so I know that if something's happening, I have someone else on the team that can help me out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's always someone to help, and even you're saying with the My Property, I mean, you drive in, and the corner of your eye, you see a bit of pink, and I know when I'm driving, I get really excited when I can see that bit of pink, and it just flashes right out to you.
Yeah, the pink stands out, huh?
Yeah.
And there's signs everywhere now.
Great branding. Great advertising, top notch. I'm really proud.
Yeah.
How far the company.
It's exciting. It's exciting to be part of something that's really moving so well.
So big, that has just gotten so big in a short amount of time, with the name rebrand and it's been such a short amount of time.
And how everyone's helping everyone, it's really cool. It's a really cool thing. It's like we've gotten really big, but we still feel like we're really small almost. Yeah. It's an interesting scenario.
Because we're close knit, but it's the company's gotten really big.
And I haven't been here for that long, but I feel like I have a relationship with everybody. Absolutely. And everyone's very open, and I can talk to anybody. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our favorite part of My Property, but now what about our favorite parts of Glenfield? So what's something about Glenfield that's really you find is different than anywhere else?
Well, I think, it's not a part of Campbelltown, and then it's not a part of Liverpool. It's just sort of its own small community.
It's kind of, it's not Casula, it hasn't moved to Casula, or Macquarie Fields or Campbelltown. It's really just kind of like this own little area, and it's really cool. It's got, so, you know, great train station, 3 train lines, right?
Absolutely,
You know, and you know, the area is really nice, and there's a nice, you know, the Panorama Estate's a really nice estate right on Glenfield Road there.
A lot of new houses are coming up there at the moment. Yeah,
Absolutely, and it's still continuing to grow. Yeah, it's still continuing to grow in the area, and because of the way New South Wales is growing, the areas around train station,
it's coming up so quickly.
They're going to 5+ stories soon, so this place is going to go. Yeah, it's going to be coming big quick.
Great.
Yeah, so lot more tenant and landlord growth for you.
Right. That's all to you.
Glenfield's this kind of like really niche area that is really nice that people forget about, but is really close and easy for transport.
Yeah.
You know, the
I think
buses
it's
are
40
around.
minutes to the city.
Yeah.
It's not on the train.
Yeah, and I mean, there's parking all over the place. I mean, like you see people parked everywhere for the train, but you don't see a lot of people scrambling to look for parking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, like
that's
it seems like
I haven't actually noticed that, but now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, there's always like they seem to find parking.
Yeah.
But never like there's people driving,
It's
people
not
driving
like
around
a lot
sometimes
of
looking for it.
congestion or it just flows nicely.
Everyone just seems to make it work.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, a little interesting thought about Glenfield.
We know all the locals as well. We've got the
my favorite coffee shop.
Your favorite. How many times are you there?
It's my other office,
Your other
platform number
office,
5.
Yes. And then we've got the bakery, the takeaway down the corner.
Yeah,
and everyone
there's
just
a
knows
post shop. Everyone, it's a really nice, and everything's like right on this road, Railway Parade. And Railway Parade shoots, if you follow, you can follow it all the way back into Macquarie Fields, and it's a really direct.
It's easy to get everywhere.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
Yeah,
it's a really interesting scenario, the way Glenfield has this own little corner of the world here.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit isolated. But all right, so our favorite parts of Glenfield, now it's on to advice for landlords and tenants.
Okay.
So you deal with landlords and tenants way more than I do.
Yes, every
and
day.
I only seem to deal with them when they're selling their property. So, or someone that is a tenant that's looking to buy. But so if you had to give advice to someone that was a new tenant that was looking to rent for the first time, what would you suggest for them to look into, or to what would your advice to them be?
What would my advice to them be? Yeah, I'd say to treat the tenancy as if it's going to be on your history forever, really. I mean, it is. So rent, to me at my property, you know, we're very big on arrears. So we're adamant as soon as, you know, any of our tenants hit 14 days in arrears, then it's straight away, I mean, to put it bluntly, a notice of termination. That protects our client as well. I mean, you know, they've got an investment property, they need to get their income.
Yeah, and that may seem tough, but we're in the middle between the landlords and the tenants, and we really,
so
the landlords are the ones paying us, really, so we kind of have to look after them, even though we care for our landlords.
The landlord's the client, but also, you know, we do have to work under the act for the tenant as well. So we do negotiate, you know, if you do go in arrears, we do send you a text and give you a call, courtesy call, you know, always friendly and but where I'm going with this is just to be mindful that it stays on your ledger. You know, you want to pay your rent, that's the main priority, is to have a roof over your head. It comes before petrol, before bills. You know,
because if you're not paying your rent, you're going to get
absolutely
you're gonna get evicted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is tough, and people, it may seem like it's tough, and it may seem hard, but like you said, we have to communicate. You know, we're kind of in the middle here, and we need to do what's best for everyone.
Yeah, I'm the middle.
You're the middleman,
man, but middle woman.
Yeah, the middle. Thank you for not being a middle man in this situation.
Okay.
But no, it's interesting. Like, we really have a really great communication. I hear you all the time. You're on the phone with the tenant, trying to explain and trying to come up with different
ways. It's a lot of negotiating skills.
Yeah, and ways to try to make everyone feel happy. Yeah. Even though we're inside of this kind of, we have the parameters that we need to work inside of. Yeah. But you're still trying to make everyone happy inside of that.
Yeah, and I think that's me as as a person too. I try and make everyone happy, and I think that shows my personal attributes professionally as well. So I work under the Act, but personally, my integrity and everything comes out in that. Which,
but I think that's important too, because if the more transparent we are, the more transparent we are, and as honest and caring as we can be, then people are going to do the same for us. So, and I think that's something that's really important. It's seriously stressed here. I think more than anywhere else I've worked is just to be, upfront, transparent, and that's what I like to be when selling a property.
Loyalty. I think the whole company stands by.
And that's what I do. Like when I'm selling a tenanted property, to try to have that line of communication with the tenants that they can come to me for anything. Let me know what's going on. I'm upfront with them. I'm going to give them as much notice as I can.
I heard you say that on the phone the other day. We'll try and help you, the best we can.
Yeah, because it's really it's their house. This is their home. This is where they live. And we're selling it, but and then we're not selling it for them, but we still need to look after them, because they're going to be the ones that are presenting the house really, as we get there.
Absolutely.
So if we keep them in the loop with what's going on, they give them more time to keep the house.
Present it better. And,
exactly.
Yeah, and I think agents also have to be mindful. That it is a tenant's home, and I think, well, personally and professionally, I respect that as an agent. So, it's the owner's house, but it's also a tenant's home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a lot on tenants, but like on landlords, so I personally don't have a rental property that I rent out. I know a lot of people do, investment properties, but I personally do not. Now, if you were to give me advice as a first time landlord, what would your advice to me be?
Trust your agent.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Because and especially for me, like you'd think, yes, I'm a licensed agent. Yes, I know the Act, but the tenant.
The residential tenants.
And you deal with it more than I would.
Yeah.
So even no matter how educated you may be in it, you're the agent, the area, the tenant that you have, right?
Yeah, so again, we're the middleman, so we go between all parties, and just trust us. Also too, with fees, you don't, the lower the fee, it doesn't always mean,
You get what you pay for, really.
You get what you pay for. Yeah,
I find that even like with sales, people want more, but and their first thing that they want to do when we go into sales meeting is to negotiate
the commission.
And it was funny, there was something we were talking about the other day. When you go into Harvey Norman to buy a TV, the first thing you don't do is negotiate on the price of the TV. You decide that you want to buy that TV, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to go with us. So then just go with us, and then after that, let's talk about fees.
Okay.
So you don't
That's
negotiate.
A really good point, actually.
You don't start
negotiating
negotiating price.
What TV
you find
want,
what's the best, and then you negotiate price. So that's something that for landlords, but also for people that vendors that are going to be selling. Think about that first. You want to find the person that's going to be you're going to feel most comfortable with talking to, but also the person that you're going to believe is going to do the best job talking in your behalf. Because literally, we're talking in behalf of our landlords and vendors. Yeah. And if you're not comfortable with dealing how we talk, then it doesn't matter what our fees are.
Absolutely.
You get what you pay for again, right?
Yeah, and you got to think, you might be saving with a lower fee a few dollars, but how much is that few dollars going to cost you in the end?
You mean going over getting another coffee? It's important.
Probably. It's about it's the price of a coffee.
Coffees are important to me.
Yeah, we know that.
All right. Do you have anything else? I think it's pretty good for right now.
Okay. I think we should wrap it up until next time.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys, for showing. Again, my name is Nick from My Property Consultants Glenfield.
And I'm Niketa Molloy from My Property Consultants Glenfield.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.